Top wealth advisor warns against Bitcoin purchases as crash fears resurface. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency investors have been nervously eyeing the Bitcoin price since its highly anticipated halving earlier this month. The Bitcoin price took a big step down this week, dropping 10% to under $9,000 per Bitcoin after failing to pass the psychological $10,000 level. Now, with investors desperately seeking reliable returns amid the coronavirus crisis, one top wealth advisor has said it's the wrong time to bet on Bitcoin. Every bear market presents opportunities, and it's tempting, particularly for younger generations, to look for speculative assets, Peter Mallouk, chief investment officer at wealth management firm Creative Planning, told CNBC, pointing to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. "There is no need to go over into the speculative world," Mallouk said, warning speculative assets like Bitcoin have a lot more booms and busts. "It's a lot sexier to buy things like cryptocurrencies, gold and silver, but they don't bring any income to the investor. Today's weekly close is crucial to avoid $8,000s. Bitcoin price needs to secure a weekly close above $9,300 to avoid dropping below the ascending channel to revisit lows below $8,800. As the weekly close approaches, Bitcoin (BTC) price made a quick move toward $9,300 after spending the past 48 hours struggling to hold above $9,200. Traders would like to see the top-ranked asset on CoinMarketCap close above the $9,300 level, and earlier this week Cointelegraph contributor Philb cautioned that if Bitcoin is unable to reclaim the levels aforementioned, the likely inevitable breakdown would be to retest the May lows in 20-week MA, currently around $8,160. As mentioned in a previous analysis, Bitcoin price continues to bounce off the ascending channel trendline, but sustaining above the 20-day moving remains a challenge. On the 4-hour chart we can see the Bollinger Bands tightening, and within the last hour the price pushed above the 2-0 MA on a low-volume move. The upper Bollinger Band is currently located at $9,449, just a few dollars away from $9,500, which has served as an important support and resistance zone. Currently the RSI is rising toward 50 and the MACD has pulled above the signal line. The Chaikin money flow oscillator has also surged above zero, but what remains to be seen is sustained purchasing volume to support the current move toward $9,300. If Bitcoin can manage a 4-hour close above the $9,300 level, traders will shift their sights toward $9,600. On May 23, crypto market analyst Michael Van de Papa posted the above chart and explained that if such a move occurs, a retest of the range high between $9,800 minus $10,100 is likely as the next step. As this level has been tested many times already, the resistance level should be weaker as a rule. It's somewhat important to remember that it is a holiday weekend in the US, meaning traditional markets will be closed on Monday in observance of Memorial Day. Generally, crypto trading volume thins out on the weekend, and the closure of major markets on Monday means the crypto market will trade without the influence of the S&P 500, Dow and futures markets. For the time being, investors are looking weekly close above $9,300 or a retest of lows in the $8,800 to $8,550 one as expected. In the event that Bitcoin loses the $8,550 support, there is a risk of the price dropping to a wider range from $8,200 to $7,400. According to CoinMarketCap, the overall cryptocurrency market cap now stands at $257.8 billion and Bitcoin's dominance rate is 66%. China-based Bitcoin miner manufacturer Canaan has reported a net loss of $5.6 million for Q1 2020, even though it had cut down the prices for its hardware by more than half in an effort to sell more machines. In an earnings report released on Friday, the firm said it made $9.4 million in revenue for the first 3 months this year, with a growth of 44.6% compared to the same period last year. But it also incurred $9.3 million and $5.9 million expenses in cost of goods sold and R&D. That means Canaan had cut down the prices for its mining hardware sold in the first 3 months by more than 50% to just $10 per THS. reflecting an overall slowdown of the buying interest into mining hardware amid Bitcoin's halving event and the COVID-19 pandemic that has disrupted global logistics. For context, Canaan booked a revenue of $66.5 million in 2019 with 2.9 million THs of Bitcoin computing power sold, meaning the average prices was around $22 per THs last year. The overall market situation since December last year until January had not been too good. So the unit price per THs was indeed lower. Zhang Nangang, CEO and chairman of Canaan, said in an earnings call on Friday. And the logistics in mainland China had basically stopped around the Chinese New Year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So even though Bitcoin's price was a higher point in February and early March, the pandemic largely affected our sales. The filing also shows that as of March 31, Canaan had cash and cash equivalents of $37 million, compared to $71 million as of the end of last year. The decrease was mainly due to higher short-term investments as the company invested RMB 173.4 million, $24.5 million United States dollars in short-term investments as of March 31, 2020. Canaan said in the report. Zhang said the firm has partnered China-based Semiconductor Manufacturing International Corporation, in addition to its existing supply chain partnership with Samsung and TSMC, to roll out Bitcoin mining equipment with 14nm chips and expects to be able to ship in larger quantity in Q2. But the firm declines to issue a business outlook for Q2 2020, citing the uncertainty of the COVID-19 pandemic and the uncertainties after Bitcoin's halving gives itself very limited visibility on the potential impacts to its business and the markets in which it operates.